New Year message. Governor Soludo describes 2024 as a year to deliver more development to Anambra. Mr. Soludo challenges youth to invest their phone data in advancing their skills and talents. Class of 1994 of St. Charles Special Science School embarks on medical mission. Queen of Denmark to abdicate throne on January 14. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of co-Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Details of the news. I am Friska Honko. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has described the year 2024 as a pivotal year to change the dynamics of the state. Government House correspondent Eji Kabana reports the Governor Soludo stated this while delivering his New Year message during a statewide broadcast at the Governor's Lodge, Amobia. Details of this report from here.
It's my great pleasure to be able to wish the Anambra and the entire country, Nigeria, a very happy New Year and very productive New Year 2024. 2023 is over and the 2024 is upon us. And this is what I might call a very pivotal year for this country. It is a year, a non-election year, and a year that we expect that governments at all levels will have to really pivot and press the acceleration button in terms of delivering dividends of democracy to the 226 or 230 million Nigerians who are eagerly waiting on us. Because here on earth, governments must do the work of God and trying to provide the basics for the people. God, we pray for God's grace upon our lives, on the lives of all Nigerians, in the Anambra, wherever they may be, and that we may then, for us to be able to take charge and have a very productive year.
According to the governor, being a non-election year, 2024 is a year for government at all levels to press the button to deliver dividends of democracy. The governor prayed for God's grace on leaders at all levels to be able to do their best to serve the people well. While stressing that 2023 is now in the past, he assured the Anambra that his administration will change the gear of development at all levels in the new year and solicited for support and cooperation from all and sundry.
So mine is a simple message that pray for the grace of God for a very happy and productive 2024 from the Anambra and to Nigeria. God bless you all.
Anambra State Deputy Governor Dr. Onyekachukwu Ibezim has assured Anambra better prospects under the Soludo-led administration this 2024. The Deputy Governor gave the assurance in his New Year message to Anambra at Simbanku, Oka South local government area. Government House correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo tells us more.
Deputy Governor Ibezim explained that the government of Professor Soludo is prepared to double its achievements for the state this year, as the governor has already signed the 2024 budget. Dr. Ibezim said that the present administration is committed and focused towards delivering on its promises to Anambra. He encouraged the state's residents to keep supporting Professor Soludo's government for continuous equitable distribution of democracy dividends, noting that no part of the state will be left behind in the developmental agenda of the government. Deputy Governor Ibezim then wished people of the state a happy and prosperous 2024 filled with fulfillment of expectations.
I wish Anambra a very, very prosperous new year. It's going to be a new year filled with fulfillment of expectations. Just remember that the governor just signed the Anambra State budget, and so we are set to work. This December has been a wonderful one, the December of 2023. But in the new year, the governor has given a mandate that will remain focused on delivering on the promise of Anambra. So it's going to be walk, walk, walk.
From Mbuku in Oka South Council area, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo reporting for ABS News.
The wife of the governor of Anambra State, Mrs. Nonya Soludo, has challenged youth not to waste their data being unsolicited towards social media, but rather to invest the same data by time and resources to advance their talents and skills. Mrs. Soludo gave the charge during the graduation ceremony of over 176 youths trained in different skill areas by non-governmental organization Dauchi Foundation at a Skill Acquisition Center, Umweze, Iswafia, Agwata local government area of Anambra State. Correspondent Chibuzo Obidike tells us more.
The Dauchi Foundation Skill Acquisition Center was set up by the foundation to train and empower youth, the less privileged, people living with disabilities, and women to become self-reliant and also train others. Mrs. Soludo, flanked by the founder of the foundation, Engineer Emeka Ezewanne, Anambra State Commissioner for Youth Development, Mr. Patrick Agamba, his health counterpart, Dr. Afomo Bidike, witnessed the handover of the startup kits to the graduates according to skills they learned. Mrs. Soludo appreciated Dauchi Foundation for supporting the state government's vision to guarantee the youth of the state brighter future.
I'm calling on people to come on, and help this our youth, help take them off the road, give them these skills. They need these skills to survive. They need these skills to move the community, our state forward. So we are always with them, we always support them anywhere we can.
Revealing the vision behind the foundation, Engineer Ezewanne said that the foundation is his family's way of thanking God for his numerous blessings and protection. He explained that skills are today's guarantee of self-reliance despite one's academic achievement, which inspired the foundation to find means to help the beneficiaries become meaningful members of the society.
And within a year and few months, we have taught about 420 people out of it. You can understand how happy I am. Me and my wife, it's a family foundation.
Commissioner Agamba, on his part, thanked the founder of the NGO for aligning with state government's vision and mission in human capital development and assured him of his cooperation and support of the state government.
Mr. Governor is very intentional, very compassionate, and very determined to take Anambra Youth to the next level. You have demonstrated that commitment, because Mr. Governor will always say that human capital, human resource is the greatest asset that Anambra has.
Earlier in a welcome address, the manager of Dauchi Foundation Skills Acquisition Center, Mrs. Peace Wachuku, said the event marks the second anniversary of the foundation and revealed that the beneficiaries were trained in different departments, which include computer, tailoring, leatherworks, catering, hairdressing, knitting, decoration, and cosmetology.
The Anambra State government says it is its one duty to make education in the state sustainable. The Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chimude, stated this during her visit to community secondary school in Uwabo Ufuma, Orumba North Council area, for an on-the-spot assessment of the school. ABS Education correspondent Queen Anibogo completes the story.
Prayers for a peaceful Anambra State and Nigeria were also offered to reduce the heights of hardships, killings, bloodshed, and kidnapping, so the society will be a better place to dwell. The Archdeacon on the Lake Archdeaconry and Vicar, St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Agolo, Venerable Silas Ike, said it's by the grace of God that they entered into this year. Therefore, there is need for spiritual circumcision, having had that of physical, and to do away with anything that does not please God, so as to have God's glory all through the year. Venerable Ike harped on the need for all to rededicate self anew and be a living sacrifice to God, rendering services and extending succor to the needy, and as well present self to God each day through prayers and worship, and see God working wonders in their lives all through the year.
All sin, anything all sin, you have to do away with it. Do not associate yourself with sin. spiritually as we carry out the physical circumcision, because within the physical circumcision there is what we must lay aside.
In a sermon at St. Mark's Anglican Church in Gwagidi, the vicar, Venerable Dr. Nnamdi Emendo, clamored for circumcision of the heart as biblical Abraham and family did in the days of yore, stating that in this 2024, all should determine to follow Christ and walk according to his precepts. Venerable Dr. Emendo frowns at some people who make New Year.
Shouts of joy and jubilations fill the air as Christians converge in different churches to usher in the new year 2024. Many attended crossover night service where a series of prayers were offered for God to open the womb of the new year to favor, bless, and give his people sufficient grace to navigate through the year. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye was there for the ABS and brought back this report.
For peaceful Anambra State and Nigeria were also offered to reduce the heights of hardships, killings, bloodshed, and kidnapping, so the society will be a better place to dwell. The Archdeacon on the Lake Archdeaconry and Vicar, St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Agolo, Venerable Silas Ike, said it's by the grace of God that they entered into this year. Therefore, there is need for spiritual circumcision, having had that of physical, and to do away with anything that does not please God, so as to have God's glory all through the year. Venerable Ike harped on the need for all to rededicate self anew and be a living sacrifice to God, rendering services and extending succor to the needy, and as well present self to God each day through prayers and worship, and see God working wonders in their lives all through the year.
All sin, anything called sin, you have to do away with it. Do not associate yourself with sin. Allow yourself to be circumcised spiritually as we carry out the physical circumcision, because within the physical circumcision there is what we must lay aside.
In a sermon at St. Mark's Anglican Church in Gwagidi, the vicar, Venerable Dr. Nnamdi Emendo, clamored for circumcision of the heart as biblical Abraham and family did in the days of yore, stating that in this 2024, all should determine to follow Christ and walk according to his precepts. Venerable Dr. Emendo frowns at some people who make New Year resolutions and are unable to keep them, and cautioned every Christian to eschew all evils and unholy life, as well as worshipping of idols and other forms of immoralities. At St. John's Parish, Enugwagidi, the parish priest, Reverend Father Martins Onyeka, said that today the Universal Church celebrates the solemnity of Virgin Mary, the Mother of Jesus Christ, stating that God prepared her as a vessel through which his Son came in human form to redeem the world. Reverend Father Onyeka called on all to show unconditional love to people around them, make a strong resolution to be in Christ as the world is full of uncertainty, and only those who believe and trust solely in God will excel. Thanksgiving and exchange of warm pleasantries to one another climax the mass and services. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
The Anambra State government says it's its one duty to make education in the state sustainable. The Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chumaude, stated this during her visit to Community Secondary School in Uwabo Ufuma, Orumba North Council area, for an on-the-spot assessment of the school. ABS Education correspondent Queen Anbogo completes the story.
Professor Chumaude told members of the community and the Old Boys Association of the school how Governor Chukwuma Soludo declared state of emergency on the education sector on inception of office the employment of 5,000 teachers and the ongoing recruitment of another 3,000 who will be posted to Core Community School because of the dearth of teachers there. She also reiterated that the Soludo administration is on to begin total rehabilitation of all schools in Anambra State, including the community secondary school Enugwabo Ufuma, and promised to relay the pains and complaints of the school to Governor Soludo.
Is so much engrossed, his passion for education is such that this year 2024 he increased the budget for education, I think 300 times over. Wow. From that is it's such a way that I almost fainted when they mentioned the money. And knowing him for who he is already putting plans into motion. This school is one of the schools we are coming to. And
earlier in her welcome address, the principal of the school, Mrs. Nkoli Anibe, said she became the principal of the school 3 months ago, and on assumption of office, her eyes could not withstand the level of academic, infrastructural, and moral decay she saw in the school. Hence, she cried out to the Old Boys Association and Club of Patrons to come to her aid.
Among the things done within these 3 months are restoration of power to enable my staff stop going far to charge their phones. Restoration of water supply, which I believe before school resume will start functioning. Fencing of the frontage of my school and the promise to mount a stable gate. Giving of scholarship to 7 students by Engineer Lazimba. Repairing of our grounded vehicle by Sir Oliver Okeke. To crown it all is the ongoing 20 million project to give us a stable biology, chemistry, and physics labs by the indigenous people of Enugwabo in diaspora.
Speaking on behalf of the president of the Old Boys Association, Chief Elvis Ume, the financial secretary of the association, Chief Charles Chukwu, noted that the association is still at foundation stage, but mentioned the projects they are carrying out presently, which include the fencing of the school, renovating of science laboratories, which could cost them 20 million naira, installation of gates, among other projects. He addressed the lack of teachers and pleaded with the government to add the school to its priority list for palliative for Anambra schools. In a vote of thanks, the outgoing President General of Enugwabo Ufuma Development Union, Mr. Victor Nwokolo, who is also the Deputy Coast Marshal, Administration and Human Resource, FRSC, Abuja, appreciated the Commissioner, her entourage, members of the community and the Old Boys Association of the school for their efforts and said the works that needed to be done in the school are numerous. Hence, the reason they cried to the state government for help. The commissioner, alongside members of the community, staff and management of the school, later inspected some of the dilapidated structures in the school for on-the-spot assessments.
The North American chapter of 1994 class of St. Charles Special Science School, Onitsha, has embarked on a medical mission to Achala community in Okanot local government area of Anambra State. Correspondent Joseph Ebocha reports that the first edition of the health program held at Achala Town Hall was hosted by Achala Improvement Union and had as its theme, Health and Wellness, a top priority. His reports.
Before the commencement of the program, the President General of Achala Improvement Union, Mr. Nnamdi Ikwunne, led representatives of the team on a courtesy visit to the traditional ruler of the community, Igwe Ositademma Nwokedi. In his remark, Igwe Nwokedi, who noted that health is wealth, called for regular sensitization of his people against patronizing quacks when in need of medical attention that should ordinarily be handled at primary health care level, and thanked the team for extending their kind gesture to his subjects. Later, while declaring the event opened, The President General of Achala Improvement Union, Mr. Ikunne, thanked the group for the kind gesture and said that the program is one of the best Christmas gifts given to his people. He urged Achala people to remember the group in prayer.
One of the doctors also re-emphasized on that, of the need that people taking good care of themselves, of going to a qualified medical personnel in terms of checkups. And we will continue on that, in making sure people, anytime, not necessarily when one is down.
Chairman of Health and Education Committee of Achala Improvement Union, Mr. Uchenna Nebonam, and his co-chairman, Evangelist Joseph Wells Akabueze, who thanked Achala people for responding to the call for the health program, expressed optimism that the relationship with the class of 1994 of St. Charles Special Science School, Onitsha, will be more impactful in coming years, even as they encourage the people to always make use of primary health care centers on time instead of patronizing quacks. Convener of the program, Mr. Okwoma Anebogu, a nurse, who restated the importance of health for which they decided to extend the program to Achala and the environs, urged people to take good care of themselves, adding that the next edition of the medical mission will be bigger and better.
I encourage more people to join the other ones that brought themselves out to, carry on this noble cause. It's a worthy thing to do. So I believe the wealthiest in the community should come out and support this program.
Beneficiaries of the program, including Mr. Gabriel Ejike and Lady Charity Madubuko, an educationist, thanked God for using the organizers to improve their health conditions.
In short, Obi Juma will not never and my no medical treatment is the intent.
Medical laboratory, pharmaceutical, optometry and physiotherapy services, as well as distribution of drugs prescribed by medical doctors at no cost, featured at the event. From Achala in Oka North local government area, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
The 1992 set of Comprehensive Science and Technical College, Norfolk, has handed over the gatehouse of the school, started and completed by the set, to the management of the school. The handover ceremony took place in front of the school gate. Ngozi Obileri has details of this report.
The Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit.
The project, worth 15 million naira, was started by the Chief Protocol to Governor Chukwuma Soludo, Mr. Chinedu Moye, who was the pioneer and immediate past chairman of the association. Shortly after the handover ceremony, Mr. Moye said their set saw the condition of the school gate before now and decided to give it a facelift and also provide security for the school. Mr. Moye noted that the gate is among other projects they have cited in the school and said they will complete other parts of the perimeter fencing on both Norfolk and Umobu boundary axis, and expressed happiness that it is part of those giving back to the school that made them.
We started this 3 years ago. It's a thing of joy. It's a thing to glorify God. And we'll do more. We are not ending it like this. We'll still do more for the benefit of mankind and to the glory of God.
Handing over the gatehouse, the president of the association, Dr. Ebuka Uneze, noted that it was not easy for them at the beginning, as according to him, the landscaping of the entrance and the gatehouse gulped millions of naira and appreciated members of his set for their steadfastness and strong resolve to achieve the aim. Receiving the project on behalf of Oka Diocese and Archbishop Alexander Ibezim, who is the proprietor of the school, the principal of the school, Venerable Mboemena, thanked the 1992 set for always being there for the school, adding that they are proud that the school has produced men of valor in the society, even as he prayed for continued progress of the 1992 set.
The San Bishop, who happens to be the proprietor, is supposed to have been here, but because of other things, he has asked me to represent him. I want to thank you. We cannot thank you enough.
From Comprehensive Science and Technical School, Norfolk, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Will abdicate on the 14th of January 2024 after a 52-year reign. The 83-year-old made the announcement during her traditional New Year's Eve televised speech. Her role as the monarch of Denmark is largely ceremonial. The day she said she will step down coincides with the anniversary of the 1972 death of her father, King Frederick VI, She succeeded him on the throne that same year at the age of 31. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen confirmed the decision in a news release that paid tribute to the 83-year-old monarch, offering a heartfelt thank you to Her Majesty the Queen for her lifelong dedication and tireless efforts for the kingdom. The 1.82-meter tall chain-smoking Margaret has been one of the most popular figures in Denmark. Remember, you can follow news and programs on ABS from many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page, follow at Edinburgh Broadcasting Service, subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television, or follow on X at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And to end the news, a recap of our main point, a New Year message. Governor Saludo has described 2024 as the year to deliver more development to Anambra. Mr. Saludo has challenged you to invest their phone data in advancing the skills, talents. Class of 1994 St. Charles Special Science School has embarked on medical mission. Queen of Denmark as the abdicate throne on January 14. To end the news, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has gone for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of Koibo values. And let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that ends the evening news at this time on ABS Television. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night rest, and once more, Happy New Year.